Let's dive right in it today, Iana, as we talk about brand ambassadorship and influencer marketing. First, let me tell you a story. This is Tabitha Brown, which is displayed on the screen, Tabitha Brown, and she was recently hired as Clover to be their first Chief Empowerment Officer. Tabitha Brown was hired by Clover to be their Chief Empowerment Officer. And then I read this press release recently from our friends at Travis Matthew, welcomes decorated former pro soccer player Kealia Watt as official brand ambassador. Now, Tabitha Brown has millions and millions of followers. Kealia, as I saw, only has about 500,000 or so only, quote unquote. Interesting, and it got me thinking, what is a brand ambassador? There's Adam Grant, which became a brand ambassador for Glassdoor. What are these companies doing? Yes, they can buy Facebook ads and rev the sale engine. Yes, they can do webinars. Yes, they can do events. Yes, they can do word of mouth marketing. They can post great content on social media. But the one thing that Clover knows it's missing, the one thing that Travis Matthew knows it's missing to some degree, is the power of a spokesperson, the power of a brand ambassador to be a representative of your brand, a human that people can touch and see and identify with. And this is the power of a brand ambassadorship. And I wonder, Iana, can anyone be a brand ambassador? Well, let me distill to you what it means to be a brand ambassador. And this is in the sphere of influencer marketing. So one, a brand that's selling some product or service. It could be financial services. They could be selling a coffee cup. They could be selling insurance. They could be selling cars, whatever it may be. They want somebody, a human, to represent them in some way. That is a brand ambassador. That's in the field of influencer marketing. You influence people. The former soccer player has fans of millions of athletes, probably thousands of athletes that know her, that can get attention for the brand. Travis Matthew or Tabitha Brown, she has millions of followers who follow her. And Clover's like, you know what? We can reach this group of customers, future customers who may not know us through Tabitha Brown. That's influencer marketing, Karen Venzen. You are an influencer. You influence people, and a brand hires you to leverage the trust you already have and extend that to them so they can capture some of that shine for you. That's the power of influencer marketing, and the name of that person oftentimes could be brand ambassador. I've been a brand ambassador for brands myself over the years. I was a brand ambassador for Keep, which does marketing automation. I was a brand ambassador for 6 months for Oracle NetSuite, helping them shine the light on their brand. And for Dell, I've been a brand ambassador for the brands I've worked with. So what does it take to be a brand ambassador? One, I do believe you have to have some cachet, some pop and sizzle. You don't have to. Now, if you're uber famous, it doesn't matter. Just your name alone, like Michael Jordan, being a brand ambassador for Hanes may be good enough. But in generally speaking, you should have some engagement. You should have some mojo, some pop, some sizzle, a smile, a magnetic character you should have to be a brand ambassador. That's number one, how you show up, who you are. Number two, is there message alignment between who you are or you represent and the brand you're working with? Again, you take a look at Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown is a chef. She's a cook. She has a message of positivity. She probably has millions of retailers and others who want to be retailers who follow her. Clover said, it looks like Tabitha Brown could be a great fit for us because her message, her tribe, her alignment aligns with us. Or you may look at the brand ambassador I talked about with this new brand ambassador with Travis Matthew, Kealia, the decorated former pro soccer player. They can take their message of athletic agility and casual wear, and they can work with Kealia and say, she can help us give some light to our brand. Those who follow her, those who identify with her being a soccer player and vibrant and youth, fit with the Travis Matthew brand. So this is why brands engage influencers to work with them. And the question is, can you do this? So it takes an engaging character. Does your message fit with the brand? And number three, people often ask, Ramon, do you have to have a following? Well, you don't have to. Of course, the brand can just hire a speaker or someone to do whatever, and there's a lot of room for that. But often a brand ambassador does have some following of some sort. For example, me on my Instagram, I only have about 10,000 followers. That's not a lot compared to people who have 50,000, 100,000, 500,000. When we get to millions, that's a whole other ball game. So my follower count on Instagram may be a bit low compared to the millions that may have followers. But follower count is important. Size is important. So that's number 3. But the fourth thing that brands are looking for as you're looking to be a brand ambassador, as you're looking to step into the world of influencer marketing, will you give them credibility? So you take a look at Michael Jordan, who's the brand ambassador for Hanes for many years. Not sure if he still is. He gave them a quadruple aspect of what they needed. He definitely had a huge reach and a recognizable name. His message of athleticism and being a nice, good-looking man and etc. went with Hanes. His message connected with them being an athlete, and he was a great transfer of trust to them. And I love what Karen Benson saying, absolutely. It helps to be, you don't really have to know it intimately and totally. You can learn that. But one thing that could help to some degree, especially as you go along in the engagement, is to be well informed. You may not know about the product ahead of time, but definitely as you're doing it, as you're speaking for them, as you're on webinars, as you're on tours with them, as you're traveling with them, you definitely then need to explore and understand the product. Thank you, Karen. That's exactly right. So today I wanted to touch on the power of influencer marketing, the power of being a brand ambassador. Is it for everyone? No, it's not for everyone. I don't like when people say everybody can do everything. Everybody's a speaker. Everybody can move their mouth, but everybody's not a professional speaker. I'm an influencer. What does influencer mean? No, I've been paid. I've been engaged by multiple brands to represent their brand. And that's what I mean by being a brand ambassador, not just speaking one time in a basement of a church. Hey, I have a coffee cup here. That's just, referral marketing, whatever. But I wanted to touch on that because the other side of that, you might want to hire a brand ambassador for your business. Ayanna with the musical web. She's doing what she's doing. She's marketing. She's out there in the streets and doing what she's doing. She may want to say, oh, here's somebody over here that already kind of has my demographic. Maybe they're already a pianist. Maybe they're already an artist. Let me work with them to shine the light on my brand and be an influencer for the musical web. That's something you may want to consider.